Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. We might have a bit of an interruption. We'll work through it. Yeah, if it happens. I just thinking about a time in my life where I had put a restraining order on the adopted grandparents of my kids, my adopted parents, and they were able to go in and have it overturned. And it was a great, um, disheartening part of my life. I couldn't even make the courts understand that I had been granted emancipation when I was a kid to get away from those people. And so they weren't their natural grandparents, nothing like that. But the courts helped to destroy my children. And I truly feel, and yeah, I went against the Masons a long time ago. I found out what their plans were. I mean, who wouldn't in their right mind? And I recognize other people that have been raised in those types of families that are separated from those types of situations. And most of them have a extraordinary education because of their opportunities, but have chose to help the world instead of helping themselves as a part of that group. So when I see other people that have lived through that hell and they were different when they were being raised, I see you. I just want people to know in that situation, I recognize I recognize the signs of being raised like that. So, and that brings a few things to mind of the flying monkeys when they, and yeah, the dark force can communicate in a split second, you know. They get their cues, dark people get their cues. You can just see it like they're not thinking for themselves. It's almost like they're soulless, you know. Um I'll get back to that, but I wanted people to know I had a had a I have a granddaughter that my daughter-in-law couldn't remember if it was first or second grade. It wasn't this too long ago. My grandchild was in class, and this I don't know if she's liberal or what teacher put out a test for the kids. This is in the United States here, asking these kids if their parents owned any guns, and how many they owned. And my grandchild said, I was taught not to talk about adult conversations. And then the mother went in and said, well, if I find out because my child wouldn't answer your questions that you're treating her any different because of your politics, you're going to have a problem with me. Same mom, different child. My oldest granddaughter was pulled out of the public school system. She had a teacher telling her she was transgender, a 12-year-old. So, yeah, my daughter-in-law has been through some real bad, just kind of similar to me. If you don't bow to the dark force and you're around people that like if you're raised in it and then you go into a different situation, it seems better at first because it's different and they rope you in with a sweetness that maybe you hadn't experienced before. Then you're getting into another bad situation that blindsides you because of the conditioning you've been through, and you really don't realize it until it's too late, you know. So, and I know the feeling. I wish. other people didn't know that feeling, but they do. But I wanted to talk about the smear campaign that these narcissists or evil people and their flying monkeys will do. It's constant. If the evil forces can't get to you, they're gonna get to your children if they can. That's all it is about. It doesn't have anything to do with you personally. Has to do with the dark force getting its way at you using other people that you care about, you know? I heard something that wasn't true. This is about medical hormone blockers for children. A doctor was accused of wanting to bring back child predation practice using children's hormones before they're of age. Um, to keep them that age. And that isn't what this doctor was talking about, Dr. Hillman. He was talking about children that had been sexually abused and wondering if these hormones that maybe chemists could make, not using a human body, that they could develop some type of hormone that they could give to trauma victims that are little children so they wouldn't go into puberty before their bodies were ready to. And that's what he was talking about. And so these people that want to smear him are using all kinds of falsehoods, taking what he said and twisting it and stretching it to try and get their way with what they want out of him, you know? So I ran across that last night. It's like, huh. And this is um it goes really deep. I mean, first off, there's these two women that got together that had been a part of like a Discord and whatever, and says that the one says she's like doing research on the book of Timothy. Well, first off, baby girl, and I think you're older than me, even if you're not, you look like you are. But first off, baby girl, the book of Timothy is a psyop along with many of the other ones, but it was set into play for the gay community at this time to destroy the American people. And you don't know, or you do know, what the you're doing, and I know what you're doing too. So people don't join these groups trying to oppose Satan and join their group and go along with what they're doing until you get shunned. I ask questions all the time because I know that Judaism, Christianity, Muslim, and Satanism are all the same thing. You don't know that, or you do. But you don't go joining groups and you're a part of the group and you love everybody's gayness until they kick your stupid ass out because what did you do? You weren't thinking right and you got caught. And I'm telling it like it is here. This is a fact. Her name is, I always want to call her Fluffy. She's not Fluffy, but think it's Tracy. Alley. That's what I back alley. There you go. Yeah. So anyway, backdoor alley. Talking about um this doctor that had worked at St. Mary's, and I think it's an all girls school, but um I don't know. Yeah, you know, it used to be an all girls school until 1970. I lived right by it. Um yeah, she knew that there's boys that come in there during the day to go to school, the same as the girls do in that school. Yeah, she knew. I could tell you can, when you close your eyes when you're telling a lie, it's all about body language. And you can see these lies. She's like one time, I'd like to be able to still get along. Well, I'm sure you would. If I get opposed, I'm not going to sound like you out there all salty. I'm going to keep being me like I always am. What changed in you? You know, that type of feeling. It's like, yeah, right. When somebody that's fucked up in the head gets shunned by a group that she would consider fucked up, what does that say? You know? Anyway, um, the good doctor, Alman Hillman, is by far more intelligent than people realize. And like I say, if you're over there praising Satan because you're stupid, or even being a part of the group and not making it very clear who you are, who you say you are, whatever. So, cheers, everybody. I'll tell you what, I do have to go out and I got to help move something with Doug. I'll be back. Um, I think he's waiting. So, all right, everybody. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. I'll see you later.